Here we are then. Ready to go. And we are off. Curry makes a good start, followed by Sibo Yanev. We're going to spin the camera around to keep looking at what's going on. Are we able to make it through McMath on the grass? All seems clear so far. No, there's 2 cars off. Let's have a look what happened from the start. So we are on board with, I think this is Antonis, I believe, and we're coming into turn 1. We're all fine. Oh, we've tried to go through a gap. Oh, and the 2 Greek drivers, Antonis and Nikos, facing the wrong way. Not the best start for the 2 Greeks. This is the other view from Nikos Papamihar now as we're coming down into turn 1. Mark Harris in front of us, Chris Pinchbeck, Gavin Utley. We're going to go to the outside. All's okay at the moment. You can see how it's Stamatis who goes off, loses it, and goes off. But Sibo now looking down the inside of Nick Curry. This is for the lead. Do we make it stick? No, we don't. And this is probably going to compromise Chris is run down to the hairpin. In fact, we're being attacked by Dimitar Yanev now, who's got a great run, and we're going to look down the inside. And we get down. So Sibo down to 3rd. There's some damage on Chris's car. Can we see what happens? We're going down into the hairpin. That's Brian last. Oh, we lock up. We touch Brian. You can see that's where that damage comes from. Never mind. We continue. So back with Chris Bourne. Yanev actually down to 3rd. Muff, Harley, Steve Proudly. 11th, 12th. Got the leaders from race 1 there. Morton, Mark. Chris Bourne having another little look at Nick. So Dimitar sneaking down the inside. Oh. Dimitar actually looking like he's going to run wide. Yes, he does. Chris Bourne goes back through into 2nd place. So we can see further down the field. Chris Pinchbeck in that damaged car. Mark Harris running wide a little bit there. It is Neil McMath and Sonatas, but Nick Curry in the lead currently. Building up quite a gap over, I think that's Mike Tanti in 2nd, indeed it is. So Mike Tanti's got past Chris Bourne. Quite a few bent Porsches around. And we can see, I think that's Brian Larson spins in the background. That action all through the field in this round 4 of the championship, round 2 here at Okayama, but now we're going to ride on board with Morten Velds. Race 1's winner. Got a nice little train of cars in front of us. Oh, Darrell runs wide. We say thank you very much. And I think Mark behind us has gone through. Yes, he has. I believe we're up into 10th and 11th position now. That's how close it is. That big field of Porsche streaming down to the hairpin. Lock up from Pinchbeck. I think Utley's running to the back of Pinchbeck. Oh, Morton takes evasive action. Mark has nowhere to go and unfortunately bumps into the back of him. But he lets him go back past. But in fact, I think we're going to be able to see what happened there. So, coming down to the hairpin, on board with Mark Harris. Everything just bunched up very, very quickly. We break what we normally do, and Morton... Oh, he turns! And Mark just literally has nowhere to go. Another view, a look from Chris Pinchbeck here. We lock up, and Gavin runs into the back of Chris, and then Morton runs into the back of Gavin, and then Mark runs into the back of Morton. There's just nobody really for anywhere to go. No harm done, we keep going. We shuffle through the field, see what's going on. Mike Tanti still in 2nd. We've got Chris Bourne just behind us in 3rd. Look like, in fact, yes, Matt Powney has got past Chris Bourne, and Chris Bourne Zebo runs wide. Chris not out of the, in the thick of this. As Steve Bradley runs wide at the last corner as well, very, very easy to do that. See what's going on with Neil McMath. Window all slightly smashed. We've got Nikos behind us, we've got Daryl Siverite to our left, and that's Chris Bourne. So Chris Bourne starting second, now in 12th place. So we go down to what I call the sort of mini hairpin. We're trying to look down the inside of Daryl Siverite. Late on the brakes we are. Whoa, what's going on behind us? Wow, bang! What on earth is... McMath's off, Siverite's off, Nikos is off. John Dowling says thank you very much. Chris Bourne is off. So let's have another look what happened. Get this television view. This is this little gaggle of cars that we had. All pretty orderly there. Siverite, McMath, Sebo, and whoa, I'm not really sure what happened. Okay, let's have a look on board with Nikos Papamahal here. Who's the second to last of this group. And whoa, why are we going to brake? No, we're not going to brake. Okay. Well, that's what happened. You make your own thoughts, guys. Not really sure what that was. Looking from Steve Proudly at the back, we just see Nikos just go straight down the inside. Chris Bourne loses it, I think, separately. We are on board with Chris. And Nikos comes down the inside. We, I think, lose it on the brakes as well. Hit Nikos. Well, yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But anyway, we carry on. These are our top few places. The top 8, marking 8th. Behind that beautiful refreshes car of Gavin Utley, we're going to try and find a way past. That's 6 minutes into the race so far, so just under 9 minutes left to go. Bit of a lull at the moment, the drivers just kind of finding their feet mid-race. Mike in second, Matt Panny in fourth. I think Sebo's given up, unfortunately. This seems to be the group where it's all happening, with Steve Proudly, Dimitar Yanev, Chris Pinchbat here at the front of this group. I think for 6th position we've got Morton Vels, we've got Chris's teammate in front of us. Excuse me. Yeah, it is Pinchbeck, Vels, Utley, Harris, Yanev and Proudly. Yeah, Chris seems to be driving an extremely wide Porsche. Morton Vels struggling to get past. Mark Harris having a look at Gavin Utley. He's very, very close. If I fit through the cameras, we're going to look down the inside into the hairpin. Keep it nice and tight, but we're going to be on the outside for the next one. Gavin Utley surely will keep this on the inside. Well, no, Mark's going to try and keep it around the outside. He's still around the outside. Utley's still got the inside, but no, Mark goes around the outside and overtakes Gavin. I mean, beautiful outside pass. And that brings Mark Harris right up behind Morton Veld. So the top few positions in the first race. Here we are on board with Gavin Utley. Quick replay. See that red arrow? That's where Mark is. We think, well, yeah, we're going to have the inside line for this next corner, but obviously compromises our exit speed a little bit, and Mark gets the good run out of the corner. We're still on the inside, but no, Mark gets past. There we go. And we soldier on. So back with Morton Vels. 6th and 7th position, marking 8th. There's our leading group just in front of us, but still, even after nearly 10 minutes of racing, quite a few Porsches all still on the same straight, but Darren Harley having a look down the inside of Sven Deutschmann for 4th. Not this time, Darren, maybe next time. A little jump across the grass. almost weaving all over the back of Sven, and like, let me pass, but Sven's like, no, you're gonna have to work for it, sonny. Still on board with Darren. Got a bit of a run. We're going to be able to look down the inside, coming into the hairpin. Who's going to brake latest? We brake. We lock up. Oh, Sven's going to go back past surely. But no, he backs out of it, I think, and lets Darren go past. So Darren up into 4th position. Mike Tanti just in front of us in 3rd. You can see the other cars streaming ahead. Morton and Harris run wide in the background. Darren takes a very wide line that enables Sven to get alongside, but we're going to be on the outside. So no, Darren Harley keeps that 4th position for now. Chris Pinchback still holding off Felds, but some very quick people behind. Chris obviously quick himself too. We're still with Deutschmann and Harley. This is the big battle at the moment. Darren wants that position, and Sven wants it back. We filter down through all of the cars. There's Brian Larson running around after his spin earlier on. There's John Dowling, Nikos Papamahal, Daryl Sivrite. There's still Nick Curry. Matt Powney in 2nd, Mike Tanti in 3rd place. Darren Harley 4th, Sven 5th, Chris 6th, Morton Vels 7th. On board with Morton, we've got Mark Harris right behind us. We struggling to get past Chris Pinchbeck. Maybe a bit of a bottleneck happening at the moment. I think Sven and Darren and Mike are slower than Chris, Morton, Harris and Gavin Utley, but then maybe Chris is a bit slower than Morton and Harris behind him, so it's a bit of an interesting dynamic with this little group of cars. And Gavin's not out of this. He wants to get back past Harris up into 6th place, but not this time. Just flowing down through the order. Harris with a big wiggle out of the final corner, but gathers that up. Uses a little bit of time. Morton again trying to look for a way past Chris Pinchbeck. Darren Harley running wide in front of us, pushing hard to get past Sven Deutschmann. It'll be interesting to see actually. Darren Harley and Chris Pinchbeck are teammates, of course. If anything like that will come into play. Say Chris is probably the quicker of the 2 drivers. Darren just touches the grass a little bit on the inside. We switch through. Chris has got a run on Darren. Darren actually brakes a lot later. Holds on to that position, but Harris is alongside Morton. No, not this time. But it looked like Morton run a little bit wide. The ball might go past. No, he tucks in behind. Gavin Utley very, very close now. And that brings in Steve Proudley into play as well. Morton having another look down the inside. He is like a wasp all over the back of that number 43 Chris Pinchbeck Steel Series car. This is a gaggle and a half, guys. There's quite a few cars altogether. Mike Tanti driving a very, very sensible race at the moment. We'll just stick the camera here and watch everybody go past. By saying that, it looks like Harris has got a bit of a run. He's up on the inside of Morton Vels. We're all going to have a look. Mark, little bump goes through. Oh, I think Utley hit Morton there. I think Utley, seeing a little gap, tried to squeeze for it, and has actually made contact with Morton Vels, unfortunately, as Brian Larson runs wide a little bit again. Yes, a bit of damage on the front of Gavin Utley's car. In fact, let's get a replay of that and see what happened. So we've got Harris has got a run on Vels, so he is alongside and past Vels before we even get to the corner. So we brake. Utley tries to squeeze down the inside as well. Bumps into the back of Mark, but unfortunately hits the rear quarter panel of Morton spins round, and Steve Proudly involved in that too, unfortunately. So Morton ending up behind even Stamatis. So that group has got a little bit smaller. It's Morton recovering, trying to get past Stamatis. That is one battered looking Porsche. But only 4 minutes to go, so not very long to go now. The group in front has got a little bit smaller, but I think the main thing to look for now, other than Morton trying to get past Stamatis, is Harris is right up behind Pinchbeck now. Let's see if he can do what Morton couldn't quite do and try and find a way past. Bit of front end wash there from Morton through the last corner. Smart's actually getting a better run. Yanev. Smoke in front of us. This is Darren Harley and Chris Pinchbeck in front of Harris for 4th, 5th and 6th. Oh, Darren ran wide there. Let's see again what happened. Yeah, he did run wide. He understood off the circuit. And Harris and Pinchbeck say, thank you, Darren. As does Stamatis, and I think even Morton's going to get through. In fact, he does. So that's given Harris a bit of an incentive to try and get past Darren's teammate here with Chris. Very, very close. This is Tanti, Deutschmann, Pinchbeck, Harris, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Pinchbeck, a bit of a wiggle through the hairpin, he's lost a little bit of momentum. Good line though, using all of that outside curb, carry, extra momentum through the corners. Harris a bit of a feint, trying to unsettle Pinchbeck, but I don't think it'll work. So, about 2 or 3 laps to go it'll be, as we start another lap. Again, scrolling back through the field, seeing what's going on. Nick Curry all on his own. Matt Powney having a little lock up in 2nd place. There's Tanti, there's Deutschmann, there's Pinchbeck. Pinchbeck and Harris are closing up. In fact, Pinchbeck's slow through turn 1. I think he had to avoid Deutschmann, who was slow, and I think Mark Harris has snuck up the inside. In fact, he has, yes. Pinchbeck not happy about that. Trying to get back past. In fact, I think this is the final lap now. Deutschmann with a lock up. Harris is going to have the momentum, I think. Yes, he is. Tucks into the slipstream. So what happened? Harris got past Pinchbeck, and Deutschmann seems to be slow. Harris looking down the inside into the hairpin. This is for 4th position. Remembering Harris started 16th, 17th on the grid, so this will be great. This is well with Pinchbeck started 15th on the grid, so great drives from these two. And Harris again with the outside pass. Yes, he gets round Deutschmann. Pinchbeck trying to have a look as well. But focus away from that. We haven't seen much of him. And yeah, let's have a replay. Yeah, Deutschmann did lock up, and this is how Harris got past Pinchbeck. Pinchbeck had to kind of avoid Deutschmann, who was slow. Yeah, let's see. On board with Chris Pinchbeck. We're coming into turn 1. Deutschmann brakes. Locks up a bit. Yeah, Pinchbeck has to basically come to a stop. Harris reads it and goes around the outside. Wow, Pinchbeck had to change down gears and everything. But yeah, Nick Curry, personal issues in race 1 meant that he finished last, so had to start from 1st in this race. But he's going to come through and win. Clean drive, just did what he had to do, fend off Sebo at the beginning, and that was it. So Nick Curry 1st, Matt Powney 2nd. Mike Tanti with a brilliant 3rd. Harris 4th, then Deutschmann, then Pinchbeck, then Veld's very close to Pinchbeck in the end. Stamatis, Dimitar Yanev, Brian Larson, Gavin Utley, and Nikos Papamihail. Followed by Steve Proudley and Daryl